Hi there, everybody. This is my August report, August 2023. Okay, so I'm going to do a planetary overview and then just a very quick ad lib of the most important thing for each sign. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, right. So welcome to August Planetary Overview, highlights for 2023. The month kicks off with the full moon in Aquarius, which is actually after I'm doing this because I'm a little late getting it up this month. Apologies there. But this full moon highlights our need for freedom, independence, as well as connections with others, all right? And it's a great opportunity just to gain some balance in our lives. And on the same day, Mars will interact with Jupiter in an astral transition. And that's going to be creating lots of opportunities. And it's a time just to think more about the big picture, okay? Like, what is your big picture? It's time for us all to stop playing small. What is in our heart? What is our big picture? And then take some action, even just one action point, just to get that done, all right? Just to concrete it. Now, in the second week of August, the Sun and Jupiter will square, which can be useful because, you know, as I always say, a square can be really challenging depending on what planets it's in. I mean, if it's a square between Saturn and Mars, it's going to be pretty challenging. But you know what? A square between the Sun and Jupiter, not so much. And this particular square, I feel, can be useful just to show us what we don't want, so we gain more clarity about what we do want, all right? And the conjunction of Venus and the Sun later in this week is just going to create just a fascinating time for love or monetary issues or issues. Let's not call it issue, let's call it an opportunity, all right? However, you want to keep in mind that Venus is still retrograde. So it's going to highlight, you know, past situations, you know, for either healing or closure, because Venus is in Leo, and this square between Sun and the Jupiter, then the Sun is in Leo and Jupiter is in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So that whole Venus energy comes into that aspect as well, all right? But really good just for clearing stuff out. Now, the third week starts with a new moon in Leo, all right? It's all about Leo right now. When is it not, hey? We love our Leo friends. And it's a time to just cast aside self-doubts. No self-doubts are allowed, okay? Just get clear about where you're heading, what you need to do to arrive at your desired destination. You know, it's about like taking charge and taking control of your life, because guess what? You know, that's all within your power, and you can do that. And why not? Okay, because if you don't take control and charge of your life, then guess what? Someone else will. All right. All right, so on the 23rd, our powerful Sun will move from Leo, which is the sign that it rules, and into the next sign, which is Virgo. So this energy shift is going to empathize the importance of just getting organized and finding a balance between work and self-care. It's an opportune time just to set goals, both for your career and your overall well-being, because this area of the chart is about getting balance and not burning, because sometimes when we just get so involved in our work and we're burning the candle at both ends, then guess who misses out? We do, okay? And you know, our well-being in because of where this is placed is one of the things that's highlighted. So you want to get that balance there and look after yourself. So, you know, this is a great time to consider implementing better habits, disciplines, and some routines in this area. You know, the Virgo, it's very much about routines and building good habits and putting systems in place and just implementing better disciplines that help to enhance your life. Okay. Additionally, on the 24th, Mercury will begin its retrograde transit. Yay. Yeah, I'm being a little sarcastic there. Mercury retrograde is not my most favorite transit, but you know, it is worthwhile. It does have its positive points, like everything else in life. Okay. So it's in Virgo, so it's one of the signs that Mercury rules. So it does put, once again, more emphasis on getting organized, which is a very powerful thing to do right now, particularly as we're well into the second half of the year. So it's time to think through, what do you want to achieve and accomplish for the remainder of 2023? What have you been doing that hasn't working? Okay, it's time to do something different. So, you know, make a plan, put it into action step by step. And this is all excellent activity for Mercury retrograde. Okay. Now, planet Mars, which is the motivator, also in Virgo for most of the month. It is going to move out later in the month. It looks like around the 24th, 25th. So it's going to interact with Pluto, which is in Capricorn. Okay, so and you know, anything, it's going to bring up opportunities, but like, here's something, anything to do with Mars, you do need to act quickly. There is always some urgency around Mars. It's like, let's get going, let's do it. There's also impulsiveness. Okay, so you want to ensure that you do your diligence, think through your next steps, pay attention to your intuition, but make sure your intuition comes from your feeling emotional side rather than out of fear or logic or past situations. Okay. So does it feel right? Are you more in your head with it, or does it have that sort of just feeling that, yes, this is right? Okay, and that can take a little while to build if you're just on your journey, your spiritual journey of building your intuition and recognizing within yourself what that feels like. Then this is a great time to do that, because it can take a little time to do that. So towards the end of the month, the sun will be in opposition to Saturn. And where is that? Okay. And the axis between the sun in Virgo and Saturn in Pisces, it's very much opposite energies, because Saturn likes to get things organized, get things locked down. Pisces likes to go with the flow. Okay, so neither of these are right and wrong, it just is. So I do very much like this interaction, because it does help us just get organized, helps us to think things through, gain more clarity. It's a very good aspect to get things in place now that can have some permanency and stability for the future. So in that case, it's really good. And then the month completes with Uranus entering its retrograde transit as well, which provides us all for a little more thinking time to review, you know, where we want to be and how we're going to get there. So it seems to be a theme that's coming through for August. And on the 30th, we have the full moon in Pisces to wrap up August, all right, which is a perfect way to finish the month, as the new moon will help us just go forward, find the answers from within. Okay, once again, pay attention to our intuition. Okay, so let's go through. I've got my sort of a handy sort of wheel here, my monthly chart. So I'm just going to ad lib it and just have a look what's going on for each sign. Okay, starting with Aries. All right, that new moon in your solar fifth house, Aries, it's really good for love. All right, so if you're looking for love or in a relationship, this is a great time to sort of put yourself out there, be open. There's a lot of retrogrades sort of going on this month, but that's okay too. It can sort of just help you to clear out, you know, past lessons, you know, for sure. Now, you know, there are like two full moons. There actually are two full moons this month, one right at the start of the month and one right at the end of the month. And this is going to be great for socializing and for inner, you know, thinking. All right, great month to get organized as well. All right, so Taurus. Your home and family area are highlighted this month, Taurus, but also love and romance. So the one thing I'd like to say is, like, this is your life to live. You know, don't fall into the trap of trying to please everyone. It's an impossible task, okay? And if somebody doesn't like who you're spending your time with or what you're doing, well, really, you know, you can't please everyone. All right, it's important for you to stay within your own integrity and do what's right for you. Friends, a friend, it could come back out of the woodwork and show their true colors, and it could be perhaps not what you expect, but a blessing in disguise, particularly. And right at the start of the month, there's some movement at work. So it does give you an opportunity to, let's say, renegotiate if that's up on the board. Some of you, if you're looking for a new start with work, then this does indicate that there's a new start as well. Okay, so Gemini, Gemini, this is a really good time for you to learn more. You love learning, so, you know, it's like an educational, but not just like, it's educational study. It's also higher level spiritual self-awareness study too, all right? So yeah, there's something, a course that, or somebody you've been following that you've been wanting to do, then this is a good time. And with Mercury, your ruler, going retrograde later in the month, you want to get things started now, because in a retrograde area, it's always good for working, for reviewing, getting organized. So you want to like use this time to get things started. Okay. Mars is in one of your areas of love, so you know, it's not all work. It's a very passionate time coming up as well. All right, so Cancer. Cancer, I have a Cancer moon, so a lot of moon activity, like 2 full moons and 1 you know, new moon. So you're ruled by the moon, so anything that goes on there, the new moon is actually in your sign. So this is a great time. It's like indicates that this is a whole new phase, a whole new positive start for you in many areas, particularly with money, and that's with the money that you earn and also with investments. Okay, Cancers are generally very good with money. You know when to invest, you use your instincts, you use your intuition, and you naturally know how to tune into your intuition with that actually, I'm sorry, the new moon is in your monetary zone, not in your sign. We had that last month. So even better, this is a great time just to review all your finances. Also a great time to, if you need to say something to someone, possibly a family member, then this is the time for you to get it off your chest. Okay, so try to take a leaf out of Libra's book and be diplomatic, but don't hold back either. If something needs to be said, then it needs to be said. All right, so Leo, you have the new moon in your sign, Leo. So this is great news. It's like a whole new start for you, a new phase that you're entering. Monetary situations or opportunities look very good as well. Be careful who you talk to, what you say, how you say it. Okay, like get used to just trying to edit your words right now. And you know, with love, things can turn around quickly with love. I mean, with right at the start of the month, there's a full moon in your love zone. There's a full moon right at the end of the month as well, which is very good for intimacy. And yeah, I know you all went to sex when I said intimacy, and yeah, it is, but it's more than that. It's deeper than that. It's about sharing more of yourself. Okay, so it's a nice month for you. And Virgo, so there's a lot going on in your sign, Virgo. So I mean, you have Mars in your sign for most of the month. It's going to move out, it looks like, around the 24th. So you know, with Mars in your sign, it's busy, and it's great busy because there's so much going on. The new moon is in the sign before yours, so that like gets you thinking about what do you want to do, where do you want to go, what do you want your life to look like. And that Mars energy just helps to concrete it more and just helps it get going. Like, okay, so word of warning, don't overthink anything, okay? Because the minute that you overthink something, you get bogged down on it, you lose all that fabulous Mars motivational energy. So you know your stuff, Virgo. So and you know what you want, so tune into your instincts, grasp hold of what you want, put it into action and go for it. Okay, now Libra, so right at the end of this month, around 24th, 25th, then Mars is going to move into your sign. So, you know, get ready to get busy. Around that same time, Mercury is going to be retrograde as well, going into its retrograde transit in the sign before you. So right leading up to this month is a good time to get organized, to get clear. Now, there's also lots happening on the social scene. I don't want to say you're too busy to go out and socialize, because Libra is never too busy to go out and socialize, right? But I do want to say you need to carefully choose who you connect with. And if you do that, then the people, the connections and the introductions that come through for you this month can be very, very timely and very, very good. But it's not a month to waste time, okay? So you're going to choose very carefully what you're doing, who you're doing it with, okay? All right, so Scorpio, this is a great time for business, Scorpio, for your business, for the work. There's really, like, particularly mid-month with this new moon, it's like a new start. Things are happening, they're on a roll. And for you, you want to just keep the momentum going, okay? So because it's not like it's going to, you know, things are going to happen and that's it and it's going to stop. No, it has the opportunity, the possibilities to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger in a positive way. So that's what I'm talking about. Just keep the momentum going. It's not a month to sort of slack off. There's also stuff going on around your family area as well, and your home area. So this could be some changes going down. So yeah, not good, not bad, just, you know, it just changes. And then later on, right at the end of the month, you need to take control, whether it's with your boyfriend, your husband, a lover, someone close, and just basically with your life, take charge, take control of your life. Okay, not that you would, and not that you're assigned to sit back and let someone else control you. So yeah, so no, that's not happening. Okay, so Sagittarius, great time just to gather information, Sagittarian, but not too much right now, because keep in mind that Venus is retrograde. There's going to be a little bit of retrograde happening this month. Right towards the end of the month, Mercury is going to go retrograde. So this is a time really to get things locked down, get them started, put some action into it. And then by the time Mercury goes retrograde, it's going to go retrograde in your career zone. By the time that falls into place, then you're going to be able to use that retrograde to cross the T's, dot the I's, get things organized, okay? Working behind the scenes. Now, there's a nice monetary aspect as well to do with work. You know, the work that you put out, like more work that pays well is due to come your way. So keep a positive, keep some positive affirmations going for that. All right, so Capricorn, hi, fellow Capricorn. So there's, oh boy, all right, so let's do love first. So there's lots of things happening in around your love arena. There's also there's also indication that you probably need to have a heart-to-heart talk with someone, okay? But this is like, tread carefully, all right? Timing is everything, and the way you approach something, you want to think it through, edit it, rehearse it, whatever you need to do. Us earth signs are like that. We like to over-prepare for everything, you know. But it's, it's nice. And then, there's intimacy. So what comes out of what's going to transpire in your relationship area then follows up with some intimacy, which is just getting closer, making that connection closer. And if you're looking for love, then that's all very possible now as well. Monetary, right, there's like a shift in money at the start of the year, start of the month, sorry. So you wanted to, and money can come from the work you do and can come from other areas as well. So once again, keep a positive outlook on that. Get some positive, I love money affirmations. Make sure your monetary story is like on a higher vibe, not sort of a lower, you know. Think about what you want, not what you haven't got, okay? And right at the end of this month, when Mars moves into our career zone, guess what? I'm laughing because we're always busy, right? But you're going to get busier. So this is a time like before Mercury goes into its retrograde around the 24th, 25th. This is a time to get things out there, like if you've got anything to launch or any action, do it now, and then you can fine tune and get the systems into place when Mercury's retrograde. All right. Okay, so Aquarius, so right at the start of the month, there's a full moon in your sign. So we, that's great. It challenges your a need and desire for independence and connection, and try to balance that out. There's another full moon right at the end of the month, and this is going to be in your area of self-worth and money, okay, among other things, but let's just talk about them. So great for money. Money can come through like unexpectedly, so you want to keep like a positive attitude about that. But also you want to exercise your worthiness, like how much you feel worthy of attracting, okay? And so you want to get some, I still feel like I've been telling everybody to do affirmations, get some great affirmations about your money story. Say them every day, morning, noon, and night, I love money, money loves me, whatever, you can do them for love as well, anything. So this is like there's things going on around your home as well. And it seems to be your home, like something to do with home and relationships. All right. So not good, bad necessarily, but it can bring things more into perspective so you feel better about them. Okay. Only you are going to know what that exactly relates to in your life. All right, so Pisces, lucky last Pisces. What's going on in your love life, Pisces? Okay, so right at the start of the month, the full moon in the sign before you gets you thinking, okay, what it is, like what is it that you want? Okay, because guess what, as we grow and get older, what we want changes. So what you wanted 5 years ago, 2 years ago, or maybe even 6 months ago has changed now. So this is really a clarifying month for you. And then at the end of this month, we're going to have the full moon in your sign, and there's some oppositions between the planets in your sign, which is Saturn and Neptune, with the planets opposite in your relationship area. Okay, so what you thought you wanted may end up being different of what you want. That old saying, be careful what you wish for, but either way, there's movement around your love life. There's also movement around you balancing your life and getting more work-life balance in your life. Okay, always always a challenge. So in other words, make time for you, okay? Because even if you're like full workaholic, and I know some Pisces are, then you got to make that time for you just to step aside, because that's where your creativity comes from. That's where your inspired thought comes from, all right? So yeah, have a great month. I think it's going to be great. I love this month, even though we've got things in retrograde. And I know I bitch about the retrograde, but really retrogrades are great. They really do bring a different energy. They help us slow down a bit, stand back and review. Okay, think and do review. All right, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a great month. See you again next week. All right.